Good morning, my friends. So today I am in the area of La Grande Poste, or the central post office here in central Algiers. Pasteur Street is on my left and Didouche Morad is on my right. And parallel to Didouche Morad, or to the last part or leg of Didouche Morad. And now we will be seeing the post office. And today's video is going to be about how to drive from the central post office to Bab El Oued, then back to the central post office. We're going to choose one of the fastest routes. Just look at the Great Mosque of Algiers. The minaret of the Great Mosque of Algiers is right in front of us over there, across from the Bay of Algiers, and it's a misty day. It's a misty Friday morning. I only choose Fridays in order to film these types of videos, and this is the route we are going to choose today. 37 minutes to the green light. We've got to stop and wait for the green light to turn on. And this is Amiro Street on the left, on the right. It's on the right. And there is the port of Algiers in front of us. And there is a garden on the left. It's the Sofia Garden. Maybe we'll have to skip a few seconds. No, it's 5 to the green light. 2, 1, 0. No. That's it. Green light. Let's go. So now we're going to take the left. This is the Tefoura Bridge, or the Tefoura ramp, that will drive you from the area of the port to the La Grande Poste, to the central post office. Okay, so now what? We'll take the left. There is a lot of incoming traffic from the right, but let's go. And this is the road that will lead us straight to the Bab El Oued area, to the western part of the central city, or the city center, downtown Algiers. You can see the Kasbah on the top of that hill over there, the old city of Algiers, where no cars can go because it's an old city. It's a Medina. It's the old city of Algiers, where the first buildings were built. Since the pre-Roman period, that was where Algiers stood. It's said that it was founded by the Phoenicians. The Phoenicians, who originally came from Lebanon and traded with the local Amazigh or Berber tribes, the indigenous people of North Africa. The port of Algiers is on the right. The train station of Algiers is on the left, the Algiers train station, La Gare d'Alger. And you can take trains from this train station to Oran, to cities like Oran and Chlef. Just look at those ramps on the left. They have stores under them. I think that they are wholesaler stores. The passenger port of Algiers is on the right. I've got to skip filming for a few seconds here. There is a beautiful restaurant. So the fishery is here on the right. There is a beautiful restaurant known as Le Dauphin. It's over there. Now we will be entering the Martyrs Memorial, the Martyrs Square area. We are approaching the Martyrs Square area, or Place des Martyrs. You can see these old buildings, very old residential buildings or apartment buildings here on the left. And there is this museum, Bastion 23. It's the museum, one of the museums of Algiers, not very far from the Kasbah. The Kasbah is on the left. If you want to visit the Kasbah, the old city of Algiers, I advise you to arrange this with a travel agent. It's safer and it's also more interesting, okay? Because the Kasbah is an old and popular neighborhood. That's not always safe, okay? It's not really safe to visit it if you are a stranger to that area. Therefore, I would advise that, all right, let's take the right street. We can. This is the Icosium Street, and Icosium is the name the Phoenicians gave to Algiers. and it's said it means it's said to mean the what do you call that? Yes, seagulls. Those seabirds known as seagulls, and there are plenty of them. They are very abundant here in Algiers. You can see the Basilica of Notre Dame d'Afrique over there. And now we are in the Bab El Oued area. This is the El Katani recreational area. Okay, so let's take this. It looks like we can't cross that solid line. It's a double solid line. Whoa. The El Katani garage is on the right. It's a good garage for parking your car when you are visiting the area. And those houses over there are part of the Zagara or Zagara neighborhood. Black and red are the colors of the local football team or soccer team. There is a bus station here, the El Katani bus station. Bab El Oued is on the left, so we will be visiting the central part of Bab El Oued before we turn around. Zebra crossing, people crossing the street. That little boy has dropped a coin. So you've got to completely stop and let people cross the street. It's their right of way, okay? There is this stadium here on the left, built not very far from the Boulourin Stadium, and black and red are the colors of the local soccer team, the USMA team, USMA. Now we are going to turn around. We are approaching the area of Boulourin, with the stadium of Boulourin, which is over there. And now we are turning around in order to enter Bab El Oued. Just look at this building here, one of the most beautiful buildings in all of Algeria. It's built in the Neo-Moresque style. The Basilica of Notre Dame is on the right. I mean, the road leading there. And now we are going to enter the area of Bab El Oued. This is Bab El Oued, one of the oldest neighborhoods here in Algiers. And we are not very far from the Mayo Hospital. They call it the Mayo Hospital. It's here on the right. One of the major hospitals of the capital. The hospital is on the right. We are going to drive as far as the Triole roundabout, then enter Bab El Oued. Here you can find some of the oldest houses that date back to the colonial era. We are approaching an area known as Bazita. As we are headed straight towards the Triole roundabout. Sorry, there is a streetcar line over there on the right. A streetcar, a cableway station. Sorry, it's a cableway station that leads to the neighborhood of Zagara, which is part of the Bouzaria municipality. We have already visited those areas. in earlier videos, I've just seen a seagull fly over my car. And as I told you, the Phoenicians named this city, the city of Algiers, they named it Ecosium, after seagulls, because they are very abundant. And there is another cableway station here. It leads to Bouzeria as well, to the Bouzeria area. So Bouzeria is the highest part of Algiers. If you want to go to Binakner, you take the right road, the road on the right. And now we are turning around the Triolet roundabout. There used to be a market here prior to 2001, and it was destroyed by the floods that destroyed this area. You can search for the floods, for the harrowing images of the floods and their destruction, all the destruction they caused. You can search for it on YouTube, or maybe I will post a link to those to one of those videos, just to have an idea about the scale of the destruction caused by those floods in November 2001. It was such a painful event for everyone here in Algiers. And after the floods, many changes have been made here in the neighborhood. Many buildings were destroyed. Entire blocks of buildings were destroyed. Just like here, for example, there is this playground here. There is a football field here on the left, a small football field. And it was built to replace one of the blocks of buildings, very old buildings that were fragilized by those floods. And Bab El Oued has changed a lot. It has wider streets, it has more open spaces and green spaces, just like the garden here on the left. Beautiful, interesting garden. Someday we'll visit it. There is an ex-church here, turned a cultural center. They are celebrating the green and red team, Mouloudia, one of the oldest football or soccer teams here in Algiers. And now we are approaching the central part of Bab El Oued, the 3 clocks square. It was Horloge. There is a mosque here on the right. An entire block of buildings were destroyed here. Was destroyed here as well. The city hall is on the left. Let's turn around this roundabout in order to show you the place. There is a small Algerian and Palestinian flags over there. Algerians express very overtly their sympathy and their support for the Palestinian cause. The El Qatar cemetery can be seen on the top of that hill over there. This is the mosque. I always forget the name of this mosque. It's in the central part of Bab El Oued, and this is Bab El Oued for you guys. Such a beautiful neighborhood, very commercial. There are countless shops here, countless shops. Many people love visiting Bab El Oued, and everything keeps modernizing. There are fast food shops. There is a Calentita shop here, and Calentita is the food. So this is the L'Étoile Horloge, the 3 clocks square, because there is a clock there, a street clock that has 3 faces, or 3 sides. Anyways, go ahead, sir. And now we are driving back towards Grande Poste, our departure point, and we will be driving back there via Zeeroet Youssef Street. Okay, there is a funeral here. When you see that white coffin, this means that there is a funeral. they put the coffin to signal that there is a funeral. And in fact, it's not really a coffin, but rather a wooden stretcher where on which they carry the deceased person to the van or the car or that will transport them to the cemetery. So this is one of Algeria's traditions here. And this is one of the main boulevards, commercial boulevards of Bab El Oued. It's a modern European-looking boulevard with lots of stores. I think that this is Bab El Oued's main street. There are gardens here. There is a garden on the left. Go ahead. All right. It doesn't want to cross. Okay. I generally let people who carry drinks cross the road because you shouldn't really rush them. Bab El Oued remains one of the most beautiful neighborhoods of Algiers, although it's very busy. It's busy all the time. There is a cinema here known as Cinema Atlas. It's on the left. It's on the left, behind these buildings here on the left. If you want to go to El Pierre, you can take the right. El Pierre and Tagara, you can take the right. And also Benaknoun, of course. Because when you get to El Pierre, then you will be able to go to Benaknoun. The Emir Abdelkader High School is on the right. Martyrs Square is on the right here. Okay, we can take the right. All right, we can take the right. There is a green light or a green arrow allowing us to turn right. Martyrs Square is on the right. The Kasbah of Algiers is on the right. Too bad we can't visit it by car, but I have already talked to a friend of mine who lives there to take us on a tour there. I will be filming a good video there, and I will even be visiting their house. This is the small mosque, or the little mosque, La Petite Mosquée d'Alger, the Algiers small mosque. This is Martyrs Square with its countless shops or stores. So the mosque with the clock is the little mosque of Algiers, La Petite Mosquée d'Alger. The Grand Mosque of Algiers is on the left, the old Grand Mosque of Algiers. Okay, and now Algiers has a new great mosque, and it's the El Muhammadiyah Mosque that we have already filmed in multiple videos before. The Bab El Oued street runs parallel to this street, and now we are on Zero Yusuf Street. You can see seagulls. There is a seagull on the left. Yeah, and seagulls are graciously flying here around Algiers, in the skies of Algiers. That guy on the left is all right. This is the Port Said Square. It's on the right. It's interesting to visit. An interesting place to visit. And it's in front of the Algiers Opera, the Algiers Old Opera House, also known as the Algiers National Theatre. And you can visit all these places on foot, by the way. All these places. It would get you, I mean, it's just a 40-minute walk from central Algiers to Bab El Oued, and you could walk all this city in just a couple hours, but you would enjoy it, I promise. Just make sure you walk in, on the main streets, okay? Because not all streets are safe. Those stairs over there will lead you towards the Wagenouni area. I've already filmed videos about the area. It's in Tilibli. And now we're driving back towards the We're driving back towards the central post office area. This street here is Asla Hussein, and it's known for its IT stores. It has lots of IT stores, lots of computer stores here. Many people would come here to buy a hard drive or a computer or just anything related to computer. All computer accessories are to be found here, and they are cheap. And now we're taking the right in order to return to the central post office area. The Orasi Hotel is right in front of us. It's over there. It stands above the Waganuni Stadium. This is the central post office. It's on the right. The building is on the right. And now we are headed towards the Pasteur Avenue. And there is this hotel, the Albert I Hotel, where that sign, which reads restaurant, is, yes, Albert I Hotel. It's on the right. I think that it's closed. I'm not sure. Anyways, so this is the Pasteur Avenue. And now we are taking the left because we have finished filming this video. I think that we have finished our trip. Okay guys, so that was us driving from La Grande Poste, or the central post office of Algiers, to Bab El Oued, then back to the central post office of Algiers. It miraculously took us only 21 minutes in order to do the whole trip. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications button in order to receive notifications about our future videos. Take care of yourselves and visit Algiers. Drive safely and goodbye.